Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into an intense story that's been making headlines. George Clooney, the Hollywood icon, has officially distanced himself from politics, and the reason might surprise you. Stay tuned as we explore why Clooney, who's always been outspoken on social issues, is stepping away. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest celebrity news and insights. George Clooney has never been just a film star. He's a humanitarian, a businessman, and an advocate for justice, often using his platform to speak on global issues. His wife, Amal Clooney, is also highly respected as a human rights lawyer, known for her bold stances on pressing issues like freedom of speech and justice for victims of war crimes. Together, they've been considered one of the most politically active power couples in Hollywood, gaining admiration but also, as of late, some controversy. But what led Clooney to decide that enough was enough? Why has he chosen to step away from the political scene? Let's take a closer look. George and Amal's involvement in political matters isn't new. They've supported causes like refugee rights, international justice, and equality. George has even campaigned for U.S. political candidates he believes in, bringing attention to issues he feels passionate about, from gun control to racial justice. Amal, meanwhile, has championed global human rights cases, from defending journalists to advocating for victims of ISIS. Yet as the couple's influence grew, so did the public's expectations and, inevitably, criticism. Some began labeling George as a Hollywood elite, who, critics argued, was pushing an agenda they felt he didn't fully understand. What might have started as admiration for the Clooneys' influence and humanitarian efforts soon shifted into scrutiny and suspicion. As political landscapes shifted and tensions heightened, the criticism intensified. Recently, George and Amal were named among a list of celebrities accused of using their influence to sway public opinion on certain divisive issues. Some media outlets began painting them as scapegoats, insinuating that the couple was to blame for promoting out-of-touch ideas. For George, this accusation was deeply hurtful. He had dedicated years of his life to genuinely helping others, raising millions for disaster relief and refugee support, and yet now he was being vilified. For George, who has always championed honesty and respect, this moment felt like a personal betrayal. He had hoped to use his fame for good, but suddenly it seemed his motives were being questioned by the very people he wanted to help. According to close friends, this experience has been both shocking and disheartening for George and Amal. They had always expected some criticism, especially given the highly polarized nature of today's political climate. However, the scapegoat label felt different. It was a direct attack on their integrity and values. As more people piled on, the couple began to wonder whether their presence in the political space was even beneficial anymore or if it had simply become a lightning rod for public outrage. Insiders report that George's decision to step back wasn't just about the accusations but also about the effect this was having on his family and his mental health. The constant criticism and accusations were taking a toll, especially as he felt a growing sense of helplessness. For someone as hands-on as George, feeling unable to make a difference was difficult to handle. Amal has had a slightly different, though equally painful, perspective on the situation. Her career has been built on advocating for human rights and challenging powerful institutions. While she was no stranger to criticism, this level of public scrutiny and the accusations felt unfair. Many of the issues they'd spoken about were causes she's been fighting for long before she ever met George. According to those close to Amal, she's frustrated that her work is now being overshadowed by public opinion on her marriage. It's as if her identity has been reduced to George Clooney's wife in the political space, and her professional contributions are being overlooked. Together, George and Amal reportedly had long discussions about the toll this was taking on both their lives and careers. The conclusion was clear: stepping away, at least for now, seemed like the best decision. So what does this mean for George and Amal's future in the political world? Will we ever see them back? While neither has made any official statements about never returning to political activism, sources close to the couple suggest that this break might be indefinite. For George, focusing on his film career and personal projects feels like a more positive path forward. Amal, meanwhile, remains dedicated to her work in human rights law, but she is now more cautious about her public involvement in politically charged cases. She's said to be focusing on quieter, more impactful work behind the scenes rather than the high-profile cases that have attracted media attention in the past. The decision of George and Amal Clooney to step away from political activism highlights a larger trend. Many celebrities are increasingly wary of becoming involved in politics, fearing backlash and accusations. At a time when people are quick to criticize, we might ask ourselves, are we discouraging public figures from supporting important causes because of our own judgments? The Clooneys' story reminds us of the complexity of using fame for good. It's a powerful tool, yes, but also one that can backfire in unexpected ways. For George and Amal, this decision was undoubtedly painful, but it was one made with a lot of thought and consideration. So what do you think of George Clooney's decision to step back from politics? Do you think he'll come back one day, or is this the end of his involvement in the public arena? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, we'd love to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed today's video and want more deep dives into the lives of your favorite stars, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll never miss a story. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.